right, guys, I want to welcome you guys to the Funny Money Urban Open Mic. Go ahead and give me a good round of applause. Let me get some energy in here. All right. I thank you guys for staying a little late. Now, what we do here at the Funny Money Urban Open Mic is as a comic or a contestant is on stage, they feel like they need a little bit of encouragement. I like the crowd to say, let them use you. So I'm going to have you guys say that for me one time just so make sure we all in sync, okay? So at the count of three, we're going to say, let them use you. 1, 2, 3.
Let them use you.
All right, that's what we want to encourage them. Now, if they've taken too much time on the stage, that means that they overran their time on stage. You guys can say, take your time. Can you guys say that for me on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3.
Take your time.
That means get off the stage. All right? All right, so we got 6 people up here tonight, so that's a good turnout. Give a round of applause for the 6 people that did sign up. I got some drink tokens that I'll be passing out throughout the night, so you guys can get that. The current amount that the bucket is at right now is at like a rough $30 plus a drink token and some strange coins. I don't know. I don't know what those other coins denomination are, but they're in there, so they must be worth some type of money, or at least you can collect them. You guys ready for the first comic to come on stage?
Yeah.
Let them use you. He's like, let me use you. All right. You've been drinking. I ain't going to get that guy a drink token tonight. You're done with the drink token.
I'm set up.
All right. You cut off. He's over.
I better be. I'm driving.
All right. Good. Yeah. Uber, call this guy over real quick.
I'm your Uber.
All right. Damn. You my Uber driver for the night? Okay, guys. Pray for me. So now, the first guy that's coming on stage.
I am the Uber.
Oh, shit. I need you guys to give a round of applause to Jay Jalipsy. I think that's it. Yes. Wait, hit me with the music.
Yes. I'm actually going to put it right in here. The question that I need you to ask yourselves tonight is, are you even willing to go on this journey with me? I met a girl. This doesn't happen very often, but I want to get to know her. So I took her out for coffee, asked her a whole bunch of questions, and she talked, and I listened. And with every word she said, I just kept hearing one thing. That was red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, and red flag, red flag. I said, this girl's all red flag. She opens with, mostly I date violent dudes. I go, we're on a date. Why would you even say that? She goes, my last boyfriend, he's in jail right now, and I was visiting him yesterday. I go, yesterday? How interesting. He said that what he told her was the next guy that she dates, he's going to rip the arms right on his chest. So I was like, baby, slow down. All I'm hearing is red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. She was like, hey, Jay, do you have any coke? I was like, no. I was like, red flag, red flag. And what was funny is I actually had a whole bunch of coke. I just wasn't going to share it with her. She knows what's up. She's done coke. This next song's for Jean-Michel. It's for Michel Claude. It's for Claude Zachary. Zachary Pierre. Pierre Marc Paul. Marc Paul Jean. Jean-Pierre Claude. Claude Emmanuel Pierre. Pierre Marc Paul Jean Claude. Claude Zachary. Zachary Pierre. And Pierre Marc Paul. It goes like this. Un, trois, tres, vieux, Canada! This is all part of the act, ladies and gentlemen. This is the part where we all stand and you say, uh-oh, what happened? Is Jay okay? Is Jay okay? What was going to be that Canada bit? And it sounds like this. Un, trois, tres, vieux, Canada! It's Canada! It's the second best country that's in North America. All right, we're moving right along. People say Jay. They say Jay, Jay, what do you think about the state of the world? And I'm like, that's easy. The world is a shithole. The world is a shithole. World is a shithole soon. It's coming to an end. All right, okay. Anybody doing that hot duck material tonight? Anybody going to tell any jokes about ducks? Any jokes about mallards or quacking or laying eggs? No? I guess it's up to me. I'm not born on with hats. I'm a duck, I'm a duck. I'm not born on with hats. I'm a duck, I'm a duck, and I'm a quack. what to do now. I know exactly what to do now. As soon as this mic is over, you can all come to my house because I'm having a party. I'm having a party and you're invited. I really want y'all to come. There's going to be balloons. There's going to be streamers. There's going to be a bunch of good food. There's going to be a bunch of hot guys there. She knows what's up. Hot girls do. Hot girls do. Hot girls do. No problem. But I want this party to be memorable. And I want this party to be epic. So I got one special ingredient to set this party up. That's the methamphetamines. Crystal methamphetamines. The methamphetamines, I mean, in all honesty, is there a better drug to do if you want to party for like 6 days straight? There's not. It's the best one. It's also the cheapest. Methamphetamine. Okay, too close to home. I'm too close to home. I get it. This next song's about blood. It's called Blood, and it goes like this. Blood, 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 blood. All right, comedy is whatever you make it. I want you to remember that. I'm going to leave you with this. The body is a miracle. It's a miracle. I said the body is a miracle. It's a miracle that you fuck. All right. I got time for one more. When I'm not here, I like to get out to the schools. I do some work with the kids. I show up. I'm like, hey, children. And they're like, hey, Mr. J. And I'm like, how do you enjoy your 3rd grade? They're like, I'm learning so much. My mind is a sponge. And I'm like, that's great. Do you like hamburgers? I say. They're like, we love hamburgers. I'm like, do you like field trips? They're like, we love field trips even more than we like hamburgers. I'm like, hey, okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're loading up in the van, and then we're all going to go down to the slaughterhouse. And all the kids are having fun at the slaughterhouse. And the butcher's name is Dan at the slaughterhouse. Wait, why is there a drain in the middle of the floor of the slaughterhouse? Slaughterhouse, slaughterhouse. And then Dan the butcher got a baby calf out by a rope. And he says, her name is Daisy. And all the kids, they gather around. Hey, y'all have a great night. Thanks so much.
You guys keep it going for a change of levity. Yeah. Y'all can do a little bit more energy for that. Give it up for him one more time. Go on. You gotta get that man an A for everywhere right there. He had worked the beat machine and told you jokes while rhyming. It was like a comedic Dr. Seuss. Like I just flowed out here. That's funny. You guys ready for your next contestant for the show? Yeah. I need a little bit more energy from everybody. Y'all ready? Yeah. All right. I need you guys to give a Funny Money Urban Open Mic welcome to Mark Masters. Give it up for Mark Masters, guys.
So over the holidays, I got to hang out with a teenager, and I learned these cool new dance moves like the floss, and these cool sayings like talk to the hand because the wrist is furiously masturbating. Big football games last weekend. Did anybody watch them? Yeah. Some historic firsts. It was the first time Kansas City has made it all the way to the AFC Championship game. The first time that the home team has scored 30 or more points and lost. But it was not the first time that a bunch of white patriots went into Chiefs territory and stole something. Yeah. It makes me wonder, what's worse? Blankets with smallpox or Tom Brady? She knows what's up. Let me do a quick impression for you guys. This is a experienced adultery profiteer, okay? An experienced adultery profiteer. Hi, I'm an Airbnb host. I am an Airbnb host in Denver, Colorado. And I like to think that it helps me remain different from the other amateur comedians, the up-and-comers. For example, tonight my place is rented, so right now I'm making money. And when I'm back home, nights like this, I like to celebrate while sleeping in my car. My favorite part of being a host are the guests. I just hosted these high-energy students from ASU. Great kids. I didn't even have to ask, and they cleaned out all my expired Sudafed. I've hosted hundreds of folks, be they black or white, gay or straight, Arizona Cardinals fans, or happy people. It warms my heart to see when they get to Denver, they all do the same thing. Drugs.
Yeah.
Now, how do I know exactly what my guests are doing? Fair question. Do I have little cameras wired up around my house? Not a good question. First off, not a house. Gross. I make money because I've crafted a cozy abode that perfect strangers love to fornicate in. As for the wired cameras, stop it. That's ridiculous. I'm a superhost. My cameras are wireless. How else am I going to know when to clean the bedroom drapes? That's a joke, obviously. I never clean the bedroom drapes. All right, I don't know how much of this I can talk about, but I have a little bit of moral dilemma I'd like to share with you. Airbnb Corporate has reached out. They want to give me stock in the company if I'll become a brand ambassador and help. I have to promise to only speak positively about them and promote new product offers. Yuck. When did American corporations start assuming that you and I are just for sale? Right? It's slimy and unethical, and frankly, I'm disappointed in Airbnb. Which does offer unique and affordable accommodations around the globe. And with Airbnb Experiences, allows you to live like a local and belong anywhere. All right, that was a quick impression of an experienced adultery profiteer. Phoenix, Arizona, you're a lot of fun. I'm Mark Masters. Let's see each other again. Give it up for your host.
All right, DJ, you didn't hit us with the music that time, but y'all give it up one more time for Mark Masters. Yeah. I definitely won't be going to that Airbnb. You don't clean the curtains. No? That was a good one? Whatever. All right, guys, I ain't going to hold you up too much longer. Are you guys ready for your next contestant to come to the stage?
Yeah.
Yeah? You guys ready? You kind of like, whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. All right, thank you, man. I like that.
It's that vibe.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because, keep in mind that we are on our whip, our podcast right here, Rolling with the Rolling Stoners. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give it up to my man Francisco Phoenix for making this a live podcast. Yeah, thank you. There you go. There we go, some music. It's all right. It's all right. So listen, the next person that we're going to get ready to bring to the stage, I need to give another warm welcome to Jonathan Gerber. Y'all give it up for Jonathan Gerber.
I bet good money, 10 times the money in that bucket, that the audience of that podcast is even smaller than the audience here right now.
No, where's your cash?
Really? How big is it?
Yeah, where's your cash?
You have a big audience in that podcast?
We got about 7 people right now.
7. I was right. Okay. $300. I guess I have that coming to me now. I've been frittering my life away in the amateur comedy scene about 4 years now, and I've been trying desperately to think of some way to monetize this bitch, and it's not going very well. I've made a grand total of $125.10 doing comedy in 4 years. 75 of it was at a comedy club in Scottsdale, and this past Sunday, the owner of that club got so angry at me he could barely restrain himself from punching me in the face, and he told me to never come back to his club. So right now, this is the only game in town for me. This is my 3rd time in competing in this prestigious event, and I'm hoping that for me tonight, the 3rd time will be the charm. The field is smaller than it's been before, just 6, usually it's 10 or 12, so my odds are better at least, but I'm not that confident. I put $5 in the bucket my first 2 times. I didn't do that tonight. because I can't keep putting money in that bucket and getting nothing out of it. So if I win, maybe next week I'll pay it forward and throw a $10 bill or a 20 in there. I did put something in there tonight. I'm responsible for the eccentric coins. I threw in 2 rolls of pennies. I think I rolled approximately 10,000 rolls of pennies in my life. I worked in the wholesale end of the car business for 15 years. And if you ever traded in a car, you may have not given a flying fuck about leaving an ashtray full of coins or a console with 1,000 pennies. You cannot believe how much coinage I've mined from trade-ins. I probably sold 30 or 40,000 cars in the last 15 years, and they probably average $5 a piece. I found once a Chevy Silverado from the 80s had an ashtray like 8 inches deep. I kept digging out quarters, dimes, and nickels for like a half an hour. I think there was $35 of silver in that ashtray. And I don't know, I recently, I don't want to talk about this again. On Thanksgiving Day, I fucked the living shit out of this 19-year-old ASU student who threw herself at me after I made my debut comedy performance at ASU. And a couple of comedy friends said, "Hey Jonathan, let me smell your fingers." And I let them smell my fingers. They said, "Why do your fingers smell like dirty pennies?" Because I probably had 500,000 pennies pass through my hands. I will not go to Coinstar and dump all the pennies I've harvested from used cars into Coinstar. I'm not fucking paying 12 cents on the dollar. That really adds up as many pennies as I've had. But it is a chore to roll that many pennies. Trust me, you can lose your fucking mind. I also threw in a coin from Singapore. I don't know where the hell I got that. So if you're ever on an Asian sex vacation, maybe you can buy an egg roll on the street or something. There's a euro coin I threw in there, and I think there's a Canadian dollar coin and a Canadian $2 coin. So if someone other than me wins, you know where it came from. I think all those coins came from used cars. I can't remember exactly. There was speculation recently that President Fucktard was on the verge of declaring a national emergency so he could extricate himself from yet another totally avoidable crisis of his own fucktarded making. It looks now that that's less likely to happen because sometimes even a fucktard like Trump has to accept certain political and legal realities. And we are, of course, in the midst of a national emergency. The emergency is that we have a pathological liar and worthless fucking imbecile in the White House. And unless Melania drives a steak knife through his chest while he's asleep, we're probably stuck with him for at least 2 more years. And whether you agree that Trump's a worthless fucking imbecile, or you think that Nancy Pelosi is a diabolical cunt who wants to take away all your guns and give them to homosexuals so they can rape your children, and I actually believe that both these things are true. I think you can all agree that the government shutdown was fucking idiotic, and you can only sympathize with government employees who work without being paid for over a month. I found, though, the quality of my sympathy for government employees is very strained. How come so many government employees are broke-ass bitches who are just one missed paycheck away from total financial ruin? How is it that people in their mid-30s to close to retirement age don't have a fucking penny in the bank? I saw people on TV complaining, I'm an essential employee. I have to work even though I'm being paid. I don't have gas money to get to work. That makes no sense to me. How can you live like that? I would lose my mind if I was that close to the financial edge every goddamn week. So one person saying, I can't put away money like that. I can't save money. I have 3 children to support. Well, you know what? Why do you have more children than you can afford? Have you never heard of abortion or abandoning a newborn on the doorstep of a church? It's not rocket science, people. You know, if you had 1 less child, you could probably put away $5 grand a year, easy. Maybe your youngest child, you're not that attached to him, and maybe he has a peanut allergy. Just a suggestion. Like a lot of middle-aged losers who decide to try their hand at stand-up in a doomed, desperate attempt to redeem their failed lives, I too have had a very fascinating, fucked up, and freakish life. Here's something not a lot of people know about me. I have a masterful command of my native English language and speak 3 foreign tongues fluently, but I am very possibly the most inept cunnilinguist who's ever lived. In fact, according to a 2009 United Nations report, after North African Islam and vibrator mishaps, I'm the 3rd leading cause of female genital mutilation. Here's another fun fact about me. I'm the most winning coach in Special Olympics history of junior girls sumo wrestling. Come on, push her out of the circle. What have we been talking about in training the last 3 years? It's very simple. Push that bitch out of the circle, you fat fucking retard! I'm a great motivator and a truly inspirational leader of morbidly obese Mongoloid teenage girls. Thank you. That went well.
Yeah, y'all give it up for Jonathan Gerber one more time. Yeah, give it up for him. They went a little deep. They went a little deep on us. They went a little deep. All right, so yeah, go ahead and turn that down for me. Yeah, so we're gonna keep the night going, you know. Get to this next guy. This next guy is a friend of mine. Hopefully he can go ahead and uplift everybody's spirits in here. I want everybody to give a round of applause to comedian Karma Bird. Y'all give it up for Karma Bird.
Hey, hey, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? I don't really know what to say after that. I don't know how to follow that, Brandon. What the fuck do you be talking about, dog? Like, you be saying some shit. You know what, man? When I see you perform, it be like when a girl dates somebody and they like get hurt really bad and they like don't want to date anybody ever again. So like the audience being here like, please don't anybody else speak. I don't want to be hurt ever again like that. Please, God, don't be like that. I mean, God, it'd be like, Brandon, it'd be like, literally watching you is like Bueller. You gotta get that together, bro. Interesting things. Anybody here smoke weed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not smoking weed with anybody else from Arizona. Sir, did you see my face? I looked you dead in the eye when I said I'm not. Look at how serious my face is. That shit is over. Do you understand what I'm saying? It is over. Because, all right, so when I smoke weed, I get deep. Like, I get real deep on people. You know what I'm saying? Real deep. So I was smoking weed with my boy the other day, right? I hit the blunt. I'm like, hey, man, I think black people street cops like bears. And play dead. Like, as soon as they start walking towards you, he's like, hey, officer, Because you gotta beat them to the punch or the shot or whatever the fuck it is they're about to do. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And I also think Magic Johnson should have his own brand of condoms. Okay. That's genius. Hear me out. Johnson AIDS. Right? Because Johnson is another word for dick. Ma'am, I'm so sorry, because I'm going to say dick a whole lot tonight. I'm really going to apologize, because that's not gentleman-like, but you're going to hear a lot of dick come out of my mouth tonight. Not in my mouth, but out. But anyway. You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway.
Just say Richard.
Because I'm not going to say Richard, because Johnson AIDS is, listen, Johnson AIDS is dick heavy. You see what I'm saying? All right, listen to the commercial. The commercial be like, ding ding. Hey man, let me get a single cigarette, couple packs of them Johnson AIDS. And the guy behind the counter was like, are you sure, my friend? And he looked me dead in the eyes and be like, ha ha! I'm positive. You know what I mean? No? You know like that? You know what I mean? And then the end of the commercial be like, ooh, yeah. Magic Johnson AIDS. You a liar, right? No? You're a liar. You're a fucking bottom sister genius. So anyway, pass the blunt back to my friend. He smokes it, gives me the blunt back. I smoke it. And he says, hey man, that Johnson AIDS shit was genius because I just sucked a dick like 15 minutes ago. And I think I liked it. You know what I'm saying? you know how strong that weed is for another man to tell another? This is how strong the weed is, sir. I looked him back in the eyes and I was like, you know what, Jimmy? Sometimes you gotta suck a dick. You know what I'm saying? This is what you gotta do, Jimmy. Sometimes you gotta suck a dick. And then I was like, Jimmy, what the fuck? Okay, time out. You're not even paying attention no more. You're not paying attention. Do you know what I'm saying? Sir, let me explain to you what I'm saying, okay? Yeah. In this moment, do you know how bad secondhand? Well, no, so you don't know everybody sucking dick in this table? So you talk about sucking dick with your male friend too? Yeah, I thought it was unusual, but I guess it's a regular thing that's going on. That's what's happening. All males are talking about sucking dick with each other. So this is the point I'm at, okay? The point is you know how bad secondhand smoke is. Everybody knows how bad secondhand smoke is, right? Well, in this moment, I was messed up because I just experienced secondhand dick sucking. That's what it was, because he just passed me somebody else's. It was also rape. Because I didn't give him permission to do what he just did. It was really messed up. All right. Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you ever kicked the shit out of somebody before? Negative. Have you ever kicked somebody so hard when you kick them, your head fly back like this? Never in your life? I kicked the shit out of Jimmy. You understand what I'm saying? I tried to kick him 10 feet, but his wheels was locked. He was in a wheelchair. Jimmy was in a wheelchair, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I don't give a shit because I'm a gangster. You know what I'm saying? I'm so gangster the other day. I seen this blood. This gang member, he was a blood, but he had crutches, and I walked up to him and I said, "Are you crippled?" Because gangster. Like, never mind. Okay. Anyway. No, because no Crips and blood. Never mind. Anyway. He had the baby legs. You know the baby legs? Have you ever seen anybody in a wheelchair with the baby legs? Like a dude from Don't Be a Menace in South Central? So when I kicked him, his chair flipped over and both his feet hit him in his own forehead. It was really fucked up, okay? I looked down and I was like, Jimmy, I remember that time we was on the phone, and I was like, all right, man, I'll talk to you later. And he was like, all right, I love you. And I was like, what? I knew you was trying to rape me ever since I got to Arizona, Jimmy. And right at that moment when this happened, it was like 5 cops running toward me, and I got hella nervous. So I played dead. I was just like, did it work? They arrested Jimmy. They took Jimmy's ass to jail. That's what happened, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for your time. You guys have yourself a good night.
All right, let's give another round of applause for Karma Bird. Yeah, give it up. Did a good job. So listen, guys, we're down to the last guy for the night. It's a little short night tonight, obviously. You can tell why. No, that wasn't funny. Whatever. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and let this last guy go. Go ahead. I gave all the drink tokens out. Clapper, you got a drink token for me? And 3 people was like, it was me. Yeah, it was me. That's good. Make sure you use it before you go. No, is he driving?
Okay. Yeah.
He's driving?
Unfortunately.
No. Don't use it before you go. Use it next time, okay?
But it what? That doesn't count.
No. Hey, you know what? I had to hesitate because my first question came to mind was, do you got insurance? Hey, he got it. Hey, that was racist. Don't just like it was a little bit racist. It was. But it's funny that a white guy laughed and a black guy joked about a Mexican. I know, right? All right, we're gonna go ahead. All right, we're gonna get the last guy to get up here, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to say it. His name's a little different. You said Manoir. No, that's the last name. Abra Manoir. Give it up for Abra Manoir, guys.
Hi, what the fuck is going on, people? How are you doing? Alright. Yeah, you said it better than my dad ever did, so that's pretty good. Yeah, keep it going for Karma Bird, man. Funny motherfucker, Karma Bird. Yeah, that's why in my country they say karma is a bitch, right? Yeah. I'm just fucking man, fucking guy. Alright, dude. Yeah, let me tell you guys, don't serve that guy, dude. Don't serve that guy anything other than water and coconut water and hydration. Yeah, alright. And man, let me tell you guys something about my living situation, man. Yeah, I'm currently living with my ex-girlfriend. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Shacking up in an OG, pretty cool now. Yeah, she's also my current wife. So it's a little bit different. Technically true, yeah. Yeah. I'm Indian, if you guys couldn't tell. I'm Indian. I'm not. There you go. Fucking I'm yeah. I'm not the type of Indian you guys killed in a genocide. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the type of Indian the British killed in a genocide.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. Basically what I'm getting at is if you eat naan bread or fry bread, you get fucked in a genocide. Yeah. The Jewish people had rye bread, they too got fucked in a genocide. I think carbohydrates are a problem. If you look at world history, the sausage people seem to have done really well for themselves. Yeah. Weird shit bothers me, dude. Weird shit like weird marketing shit bothers me. I was at the grocery store. I was really hungry at the grocery store, so I bought a Clif Bar. I was hungry, I bought a Clif Bar. The cashier was like, "Honey, do you want to donate $1 for hunger relief?" I'm like, "I just did, bitch. What the fuck do you want from me?" Trying to double dip on my fucking action here. Fucking weird as shit, dude. Like, Domino's Pizza sends me a text message. They're like, "You deserve Domino's. You deserve Domino's." Kind of felt like a derogatory statement to me. It's like, Domino's is all you deserve, you piece of shit. You can't afford better food. Crazy as shit, dude. I was driving down the street. I saw this dollar store. Name of the dollar store, 99 cents and up. 99 cents and up. That's every fucking store, dude. What are you talking about 99 cents and up? That's bullshit. Yeah, I hear this ad for Home Depot. They're like, everybody shops at Home Depot. Everybody shops at Home Depot. Everybody? Then stop showing the fucking ad, dude. Mission accomplished. How about you allocate some fucking resources? Put a guy on aisle 17. How about that? Okay, so. Where do you go from there? You guys like 9/11 jokes? How about it? Come on. It's been a few years. Come on. No. It's good. It's good. It's good. Yeah. It's good. You guys at least laugh. I think I wouldn't have gotten this positive response on 9/12/2001. So yeah. Yeah, this guy, he's got the sixth sense, so I gotta look out when he says look out. He's got tequila 5.0. Yeah. See, here's the thing, man. 9/11 never forget, right? 9/11 never forget. I think that shit is really offensive to people with Alzheimer's disease. Yeah. Hey, then again, they won't be offended for too long. Don't worry about it. Write that one off. Yeah. I also have a business plan figured out. I'm gonna start a dating app for people with Down syndrome. Don't knock it till you hear it. Come on, guys. Business plan. I'm gonna call it DTF. Downs to fuck.
Downs to fuck.
It's a fucking noble cause, man. I'm gonna register it as a non-profit 501c3. Yeah, that joke was kind of punching down. I know, man. Yeah. A lot of people, a lot of people really worried about their livelihood. They're like, I saw this one dude wearing a t-shirt which said choking hazard, and an arrow, fucking pointing to his junk. They're like, choking hazard, douchey move, right? Somebody go and explain to this fucking guy. Choking hazard is used to reference to, really tiny things. Yeah, this douchebag just walking around. Yeah. Like manlyhood, man, like I think whatever it is, man, there's no real manly way, there's zero manly ways to use a chapstick. Really. You could deadlift, 500 pounds. You use a fucking chapstick, I'm gonna call you a bitch, dude. Like that's what's gonna happen. Those are your options at this point. The science is not there yet. Either have chap lips or be called a bitch. I'm gonna finish this quick thing, man. See, I've been here in this country 4 or 5 years, pretty cool. It's cool most of the time, but every now and then you have one dude in a pickup truck and tell you, "Hey buddy, go back to where you came from. Hey buddy, if you don't like it here, go back to where you came from." These guys, they say, "Look man, I paid $50,000 to go to college here. I'm gonna stay here at least until for fucking ever." Alright, that was my time, guys. Keep it going for a fucking host. You guys have been awesome. Have a great fucking Friday. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Alright, guys. I thank you guys for hanging on. Give another round of applause to bruh. I can't remember the last name. I've been drinking. Listen, man. Can't really. 9/11 jokes is too touchy for you, okay? For you. Your name's still too. I know, but his name is still too close to Bin Laden. Abra is still too close to Bin Laden. No? Racist? Whatever. Anyway, you guys ready to pick the winner for tonight? Yeah? I almost fell off. Can I get all of the contestants to come to the front of the stage so I can get you guys lined up in front of me? All the contestants come to the front of the stage for everybody that have performed tonight. If you performed tonight, come to the front of the stage. Right up in here. Carmen, get in front of the stage. All right. We lost one comment, but that's all right. All right, guys. Now, this is the part of the night. All right, go ahead, please take a picture. This is the part of the night where you guys get to make a little bit of noise to see who won the bucket, okay? The bucket tonight is at like $31, some strange coins, a drink token, and then like 45 cents in change. Okay, guys? All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and start at this end. I need you guys to give it up for Mark Masters. Okay. All right. Remember, this is picking the winner, okay? All right. That was good for Mark Masters. Now I need you guys to give it up for Karma Bird. Oh, yeah. That was pretty strong. All right. I need you guys to give it up for Jonathan Gerber. All right. I appreciate the love. I need you guys to give it up for my bro, Abram. All right. It sounds like we got 2 victors. I'm going to go ahead and thank Jonathan and thank Mark Masters. Y'all give a round of applause to them guys as they walk back. All right. We got a little bit of a tiebreaker. We need to figure out who gets this bucket at the end of the night. Who is going to make it rain on a 25-cent bubblegum machine with all this change? Okay? Who's going to buy everybody 25 or 50-cent ice cream cones at McDonald's? All right. Now we're going to go ahead and make some noise for Karma Bird. Yeah. I like that. It's pretty strong up in here. Like a fat musty guy. All right, y'all give it up for my bro, Abram. Okay. I would say a face-off, but you know what? This is the first time we would do this. You have to say one funny line. If you want to do a face-off, you have to say one funny line, or we can do a rejudge. What you guys want to do? One funny line, or do you want to do a rejudge? Come on, one funny line or a judge. One funny line or a judge. What's up? What you feel?
It don't matter. It don't matter.
He said it don't matter. What you feel?
It's all good, man.
All right, well, since y'all don't make a decision, the crowd will. If you want them to make one funny line, make some noise. Okay, we just got some more money to this. The bucket's up now. The bucket's up, and it sounds like you guys got one chance to make one funny line to say it. I'm going to go ahead and take one of the mini coins out of this bucket. Let's flip a coin. Yeah, let's go ahead. There's too many coins now. Okay, all right, corner, all right.
Hey, put it down, little nigga.
Oh, you got a dollar up. The bucket just keeps going up. God damn it! It's getting tough. It's a real competition. All right. Pick a number between 1 and 2. 1 and 2. You get to pick the heads or the tails. Which one you going with? Going with heads? You got tails. All right. Let's see who goes first with a one line to win the bucket. All right. Boom. Can you please tell me what that is? Tails. Who got tails? That guy. You go first. All right. Well, you know what? I'm even give you a decision.
So is it a one line or a one?
You got to say one line. Thank you. Thank you, sir. You know what? That's why I like white people. White people look there. There you go. There you go, guys. You drop this. Tyrone would have been like, it's my goddamn quarter. All right. One line. You have to say one thing. It can't be a build-up. There has to be one thing that was funny. All right? DJ, give me a little Jeopardy music for this. And you only got 1 minute to do it. All right? I got him all time. You got a minute. One line in 1 minute. You got to say something. Say no pressure. No pressure. Let him use you. Let him use you.
I don't know if I have a lie.
Hard.
You have 30 seconds.
I got a minute.
You said 30 seconds.
Down.
It's count down. It's count down. Here we come. 15.
I'm scared of spiders. Because they're the only insect that can live and they come. Because they bust white. They white.
God damn it. All right. Just because we put the wait. Just because we put the pressure on them, you know, I know. You so that's why we said one line, 1 minute. You blew it. I don't know if you blew it because wait. We still gotta give Abram.
One line is tough.
We still gotta give Aladdin a try, okay, guys?
I'll be fine if we got to
He might come in on the cloud.
He might have some fire.
He might have some fire, okay, guys?
One line is tough.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get count these seconds now, DJ, so I can make sure I got my clock right. Hold on. All right, Abram, my brother, you have 1 minute to say one funny line. Bam.
I got into a fight with a black lady recently, and she was like, "Fuck you, buddy, fuck you." I was like, "Hey, lady, don't be dropping the F-bomb." She's like, "Yeah, don't tell me what to say. You ain't my daddy. You ain't my daddy." I'm like, "How the fuck do you know, lady? You never met your fucking daddy."
All right. DJ, turn the music down. I know. I said no build up, and I said one line. Okay, so I had to give you guys another chance to technically. Okay, so now I want you guys to give a round of applause to Coffee. She gave me a good idea. Go ahead and give it to Coffee. All right. Coffee said we get to pick one topic and you got to make a joke out of it. In 1 minute, though. You only got a minute. All right? Yeah. So now, for the crowd, I need y'all to pick the topic. Who has a topic in mind that they got to make a joke out of? And it can be random.
Ice cream.
Mexican food.
Super Bowl.
Say what?
Super Bowl.
Flipper ball.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. That's too easy.
Government shutdown.
That's too easy.
The wall.
The wall is too easy.
Congregation.
Huh?
Congregation.
Congregation?
Yeah, look at this.
Are you talking about church or are you talking about
Veganism.
what's the correct word?
Sports.
Who said spirits? Spirits. We're going with spirits. Everybody cool with spirits?
Spirits.
All right, spirits. Karma Bird.
What is it?
Get back. It's spirits. Get on up here, bruh. Bruh. Can we call you bruh? Bruh is his name. Bruh is his new funny money earning my name. All right, you guys got to make a joke about spirits. I don't care which spirit it is. You only got a minute. Okay?
I know I went first last time.
You did go first last time, so I ain't gonna bust you out. All right, Abram, you ready? Bruh? You ready? Let me go ahead and get this clock synced. And you got 1 minute to make a joke about spirit. Go.
Yeah, there was a lot of good spirit in my household growing up. My dad had a really good spirit. By that I mean he drank a lot of spirits and beat the shit out of everyone at the house. He threw a TV on fucking, in front of me, and it was not like a flat screen TV, just like a Kim Kardashian ass TV. And then he said, "That's the spirit, boy. That done fucked up my spirit for life."
Give it up for bruh. Yo, I don't know what just happened right there. He just took a joke and made a joke out of spirit. All right, guys. We still got to give Karma Bird a chance.
Different category.
Huh?
Different
No,
topic.
it's got to be the same. They both got to make a joke about it. That's the... Yeah, man. I mean, how can it be a competition?
But you've already thought about like spirit too.
I mean, that's just one subject. All right? Y'all ready? Y'all ready to give Karma Bird his chance? All right, we're going to go ahead. We're going to get him started in about 10 more seconds. So I make sure I have a going off my watch here, guys. All right, Karma, let's get your jokes in 1 minute. Go.
Yeah, you cut it all the way down.
I know.
That's cool. You can go ahead and cut it off, like. Cut it off.
Not the spirits.
Why is everything that's childproof hard as hell to open when you're an adult?
I'm like a motherfucker, man.
Am I the only one that has
Hell
that
no,
problem?
I hate that shit.
I'm in church the other day and I got this one thing. I'm trying to pull it, I'm trying to scratch it, I dug a spoon in it, everything to get it open. I ended up spilling cranberry communion juice all over this lady's mink coat. Church out of that little sippy cup thing. The fucked up thing about it is, she was pissed off at me and I'm looking at her like, how you gonna be mad at me when you ain't trying to help me get to the blood of Jesus Christ? Like, what the fuck? What is your problem?
Boom. That's a minute, man.
Oh wait, I ain't even do it. It was a minute. Hold on, man.
I'm sorry, look it up. Convenient word. It's a minute. I gave him a minute. You get He took too long in the pussy. It's all right. It's all right. So, now I need the crowd to make a decision.
Wendy's not a problem.
I need the crowd to make a decision. Look like somebody stole the bucket. Did somebody steal the bucket?
Coffee.
We got some more cash in the bucket.
It's more cash in the bucket. So now the bucket is at what? What'd you think? Last time I said 30 something. That $10 bill. Yo, the bucket is at like $50 in all cash total. $50. Hold on, let me take a picture with my phone.
I feel like we deserve another one, man. Cause he
Hey.
didn't win the one-liner fair and square.
I gave
I
everybody
win this one fair and square.
All right.
Alright.
So now I need the crowd to make some noise. If you feel like Comedian Bird won it, give some noise for Comedian Bird. It's all right, Karma. It's all right.
I won fair and square, bro. Like, you gave me like 7 shots to win, bro.
Yeah, I gave you a minute like I gave my man Bruh. Y'all give it a check to Bruh. Give it up for Bruh winning first tonight, man. Bruh, you need to go home with $50. I would make it rain on you, but it's a lot of change in there and I don't want to hurt you. So thank you for coming. Let's make sure we get a picture of you with the money you owe that bucket. All right, thank everybody for coming out. Y'all give a round of applause to yourselves. Make sure you come back. Thank you for his abusive dad, TVs, and spirits. Make sure you come out next week. Next time, guys, be on time because I see 3 comics that could have did it, but we're done. All right, guys, get some drinks, have fun, let's go. Let them use you.